On a clear morning after a storm, the sun began to cruelly scorch the coastline that stretched for several kilometers. After the tide recedes, what remains is a silent disaster. Thousands of starfish trapped on the parched beach. Their tiny tentacles waved desperately in the air. If they did not return to the sea, they would turn into dried remnants under the scorching sun within a few hours. A boy about 10 years old is bending down and running along the long coastline. Each time he bends down, he carefully picks up a starfish and then throws it with all his might into the deep blue sea. He is sweating profusely and his actions are repetitive and monotonous. At this moment, an old man who was taking a walk stopped in his tracks. He looked at the endless death beach and then at the boy's insignificant efforts, shaking his head involuntarily, his tone carrying a hint of self-righteous clarity. "Child, don't be foolish. Look at the shore. There are at least tens of thousands of starfish. Even if you pick them up until dark, you won't save 1%. This beach is so long, and there are more beaches in the world. What you're doing won't change anything. Your efforts are completely meaningless." The boy did not stop or argue. He bent down again and picked up a small starfish that was hiding in a crack in the rocks, almost completely dried out. He gently wiped the sand and gravel off it, gazed at it, and then threw it back into the warm waves with force. The boy turned his head and gave the old man a pure smile, calmly saying, "For that starfish just now, it is very meaningful. For it, its entire world has been changed." The old man stood in place, as if struck by lightning, unable to speak for a long time. He originally thought that the so-called contribution had to be a grand undertaking that changed the environment and turned the situation around. He believed that if he couldn't save all the starfish, then saving one would be a failure. But at that moment, he saw a joy in the boy's eyes that transcended logic. The old man suddenly realized, the essence of a sense of contribution is not the scale of the results, but the moment of action. The boy did not feel inferior or powerless because he could not save the whole world, because he had established the most genuine and direct connection with that starfish. In that moment, he confirmed his own strength and realized, I am useful to another life. Entering 2026, we often feel anxious due to the grand narratives on social media, thinking that our ordinary efforts contribute nothing to society. But Adler tells us that happiness is a sense of contribution, and this feeling is subjective. When you stop being entangled in "can I change the world?" and instead focus on "can I make the person in front of me smile right now?" you have freed yourself from the shackles of inferiority. Contributions from others do not need to be earth-shattering. Every small act of bending down is defining the value of your own life.